I'll never forget what the Holy Spirit spoke to me that day at Winterfest in Arlington, Texas. It was like he dropped a bomb in my spirit. As the EJM team was waiting to take the stage, I remember looking out at the enormous crowd. Wow, I had never seen so many people at an event that I was rapping at. The opportunities that I had been dreaming about for so long were finally coming to pass. And that's when I heard it. God's voice. With gentleness, he said, "What's the point of having a big platform if you don't even love the people you're ministering to?" God was having me check my heart at that moment. When Jesus came, he brought the kingdom way of life with him, a way of life that involved giving more than receiving. Throughout the Gospels, we see Jesus doing many great things for others without expecting anything in return. He wasn't concerned about having a grand reputation or gaining recognition. He understood his identity and role as Messiah. The idea of total submission wasn't a threat to him. All he cared about was working so that people would give glory to his Father in heaven. Christ ministered to people from a place of wholeness. He didn't need to take shine away from God to patch up any insecurities like we oftentimes do. He was already secured in God. Because of his rich relationship with his Father, he was able to pour out love, giving more than receiving. We have to get to a place in our walks where we're able to do the same. Jesus told his disciples that the kingdom was within them. The same goes for disciples today. This hits home for me as a rapper and minister. It means that as a kingdom conduit, I must make sure that I'm using my influence and platform to point people to God, not myself. Every void that I have must be constantly filled with God's presence, so that I'm not using music or the praises of men to satisfy myself. I have to give to people out of love, not take from them out of insecurity. That day in Arlington, when I finally had a chance to rap, I forgot my own lyrics. I found myself mumbling a part of my first verse trying to get back on beat. There's nothing like a nice slice of humble pie to keep you grounded. But you know what? After that ordeal, I still felt good. I recognized that I messed up, but I wasn't tripping over it like I normally would, because I knew that God still got his glory through me, and that's all that mattered. My identity isn't based on whether or not I can kill it on stage. I'm rooted in Jesus. Now don't get me wrong, because I believe that practice makes perfect. Maybe next time, I'll spend my morning practicing my set instead of cabbage patching the 90s music in my hotel room. I was obviously excited that day. God is serious about his glory. So let's be carriers of the kingdom and give generously to the people we're graced to be in front of. Live zealous. SonDaye.